I'm really happy to sit with this cup. So I feel really, how to say, really good to sit with this cup. We have 1 year this cup, yeah? And next year also we will have this cup, so I feel really good.
How did you feel after this last minutes of the last game in the last season? Because it was really such a dramatic and incredible way to win the trophy, and especially at home in front of our fans. It was just an incredible game against Meta.
Yeah, it was really incredible game. I remember I had so much panic in this game. Like I was so nervous. It was, I think, 0-0 still. And then I hear from the fans, they shout Valmiera, Valmiera. So I get even more motivated after that. And then someone showed me 1-1 from the stands, that this Valmiera game is 1-1. And then I was so stressful in this game. And then thanks again to Yannis Ikaunis. He scored this important goal for us. And after this goal, I get a little bit more calm. And my emotion went like this. In this moment.
But it was like a double thinking during the game, because one thing is you try to solve things that you have to solve on the pitch, and the other thing is that you always constantly thinking about the scenario in the other game, and you always probably are afraid that maybe Riga will score, maybe something will go wrong there. So it was like a very strange things going on in your head during that game.
Yeah. Coach said to us like before game, like let's concentrate to our game, but it was difficult. I think.
It's impossible, no?
It's impossible. Yeah, I think every player have this. They think about this other game also. But I tried to concentrate. But I remember in halftime, I tried to sneak look in the phone. What's the how Riga play? I remember I asked also other players who was like in bench, what's the score? They said 0-0, but I didn't believe them. So I went to check myself also. But it was difficult to concentrate,
Did you had at certain moment these things in your head that okay, now the result in Valmiera is positive for us, but we are not leading against Meta, and we can basically Valmiera can do their job, but we can do a big mistake and not win our game and not be a champions.
Yeah. I was thinking. I said I was so nervous this game that we didn't score in first half. It was like more nervous after that. But when we get this penalty, first I thought that the referee wouldn't give us this penalty, so I was afraid of that. But thankfully he gave us, and we scored. After that I was more relaxed, little bit, but still, I remember last minutes I was shaking.
And when you finally hear this final whistle, because we have this video, after final whistle, everybody just running like crazy. What were you doing straight after this final whistle? Do you remember?
I remember really bad, but I can say I was one of the happiest men in there. I ran everywhere. I was running, jumping, everything.
How did you celebrate? Because from what we know, you don't use any alcohol in your life. So how did you celebrate? You didn't drink even one sip of champagne?
No, I drank a lot of Coca-Cola. There is also some good vitamins, maybe. But I celebrate with my family. My mom came with my brother, my dad, everyone. So they were also really happy about it. And with friends also, of course.
Let's be honest, it's not easy to adapt an RFS team. We had many players from other Latvian clubs who were like leaders in their teams and coming into RFS, and not all of them made it. Not all of them managed to establish themselves. You came from Spartaks. Spartaks at that time wasn't top club anymore in Latvian football. You were a young player, and the team was not a winning team, let's say. They lost more than they won. And then you came to RFS, but immediately you made an impact. How did it happen? Can you explain that? And because you settled in so quickly that maybe it's one of the best examples that we ever witnessed in RFS.
No, I remember first when I came, I was like also a little bit nervous about that. But I knew some players before. I had like good friends there in RFS. I knew like players, and it was a little bit easier for me to adapt. And thanks to these experienced players, they helped me a lot. Coach also, they helped me a lot. I remember one game against, in pre-season, we played against some Ukrainian team maybe, Alexandria, and I was sick. I was maybe 40 degrees. I couldn't play, but I went to play because I just came to RFS. I needed to show, and I played so bad this game. And Victor Morozov, coach, was so angry at me this game, and I was thinking, no way, it starts so badly this thing. But thanks to players, everyone, they helped me with this. So it was really easy to adapt for me.
You managed that. You said that a few players helped you. Can you be more specific? And of course, everybody helped you, let's say. But can you mention a few players that were the most helpful with the adaptation and with everything?
For me, Pana, he helped me a lot. Giga, Pana, Yanis, also Sava. Like all experienced players, they helped me a lot. I like to ask some tips with them. I like to when they criticize, so I learn something there. So
you're happy when basically someone says you some bad stuff maybe that you're doing on the pitch in case to improve?
Yeah, I remember I'm telling you a lot of stories, but one time I was in sauna with Yaga. I told him, like, if you see something I do strange, bad, can you just say, maybe I learned something? And after that, he shouted at me every training.
so maybe it was not the best.
Yeah. After that, I didn't go to sauna anymore.
You were in Spartaks, a very young team with many of young players, also foreign players. Coming in RFS, which is much more experienced team with also more experienced players. What was the main differences that you had to adjust in terms of the training process, in terms of the communication with the coaches? So what things were the maybe not difficult, but just the very different ones that you had to adjust?
First, when I came to RFS, I was thinking the team is not like super united. Yeah. But after, I think every day when I'm more and more there, I can say I was totally wrong about that. But because in Spartak, I think team was united and we were like young team and I was more calm there, everything. In training, I maybe was a little bit relaxing. Coach also. So, but when I came to RFS, I see that there everyone gives 100%. It's more difficult in trainings, in games. If you make some mistake, maybe someone can shout at you. In Spartak, no one really shout at each other. Maybe if you're really, really bad, then. So that's why.
When did you started to really believe that you can be an important player in RFS squad, that you can be starting 11 player that can make an impact? Because I believe first game still you were a little bit maybe nervous to see how it will work out, but it worked out well.
Yeah, I think after half season I was like, still I need, to do more. I think still I want to show more. That it's not 100% I will start. I was also thinking this in my head. I think after Valmiera game when some players they say you play good, I get more I believe in myself, and after that it's more easier for me.
Can we say that Stefan Panic was some kind of mentor for you, because you were mostly playing with him in a defensive midfielder, because we usually play with two defensive midfielders. You said he also helped you during the training and practices, so he was some kind of like a mentor, older, more experienced, okay, maybe not the teacher, but some kind of a teacher.
Yeah. I try to learn a lot from him. He's like a really smart player. It's really easy to play with him because he's this calm, who control every game, and I can do some more stuff. So for me, it's so much easier to play with Panic.
Can we say that it's like a really good balance between two of you, because you're very different kind of players, but it's also for a team it looks like it works with both of you, because Pan is slower, is more experienced, maybe very experienced with positioning, and you're the player who can be more quick, maybe more playing up front, and this creates a good balance?
Yeah, I agree with that. It's really easy to play with Panic. For me, I think for every team. He controls everything in this game, and for me also I can do more stuff because he do his stuff so good, so I can do maybe some other things.
Talking about this style that we played, and that you and Pana basically help each other out, but you spent a lot of time in the practices together, in the games, fighting next to each other. But did you had some conflicts between each of you when you disagree about some stuff, where maybe, do you remember some moment where you shouted on Pana or Pana shouted on you, when you had some conflicts, or not a positive stuff that of course you sorted out later on? But is it really all the season it was just such a beautiful story between two of you on the pitch, or you had some disregards?
No, I think it was a beautiful story between us. I never shout. Maybe I'm really calm in real life, in practice, everything. In game I'm a little bit different, I don't know. I have some emotions, but in practice I never shout, I never do. Pana never shout at me, nothing. It's a beautiful story.
When I look at you playing, for me it seems like you're kind of player who maintains stability, who can play in the same level for many games. You didn't, of course, you also had your ups and downs, but those ups and downs were not, in my opinion, such a big that for example, some games you perform superbly, and then some matches you just disappear. How do you maintain the stability? Is it also? Do you think that also it comes from the character, that you're basically calm, you read the game, and you try not to stress out too much?
No, I think otherwise. In games, I'm not so calm. I shout, at maybe referee something that I will be awake in game, That's why I like to be more stressful in game like this. But I don't know what to say. Before, when I was much younger, I was like this, Some game really good, some game not so good. So now I hope it's good that I like that you said this. I appreciate that everything is like this. But
I mean, do you agree that you're more or less, it was kind of stable season for you? Because even if we look at the minutes, you were playing all the time, almost in starting 11.
I agree.
Do you remember the time where you felt down, like you didn't perform very well, and maybe the team was not playing?
Maybe
too well?
Some mistakes what I did in this, when first game, for example, against Riga, when I did penalty to them. For me, I played good this game, but this penalty, it was so depressive for me.
I remember I was in the stands watching the game together with Maris, Alex, and other stuff from RFS, and it was such an emotional game, of course, like it always is against Riga. Can you tell us how this moment with the penalty looked from your perspective? Like, you immediately understood that it's going to be a penalty, or at the beginning you thought, no, it was all clear, all good? What was going on in your mind?
For me, I watched replays. I would say 50-50, but I knew that referee gave red card to Riga, so I knew immediately that they will give penalty, because the referee would want to do, some balance. So that's why I was thinking 100% it will be penalty.
Do you agree that in that game we didn't deserve to win? Because we played many minutes with one man more, but I would say we didn't control the game very well, especially in the second half.
No, yes, kindly. I think it was draw. It was good for both teams. But so I made good with my hand. So.
VAR. There was VAR in that game. What is your reaction to VAR? Because there are really very different opinions about VAR, not only in Latvia, but also abroad. There are some people that really likes VAR. Others say that there should only goal line technology should be there, and maybe offside camera would be okay, but other things just takes too long time. And especially in the smaller leagues where we don't have 30 cameras, it's even with VAR, it's hard to solve some situations. How do you feel? Because you played in Versliga before VAR era and you played now. So in which of those two teams do you like VAR, you hate it, or you just don't care?
No, I really don't care, but I can say this season VAR was not, it was more against us. So I think every goal what we concede from penalty, it was because of VAR. And what we scored against Riga also in LNK, when I think Herdi Prenga scored. Yeah, they didn't. It didn't count. Yeah, it was also bad. But I really don't care.
If you could, if you would be the boss, and you would have to decide VAR or no VAR in Versliga, what would be your decision?
I think no. I don't care, but for me, it's more interesting when there is no VRI.
Because of the emotions that you have after the goals, when you can celebrate, and nowadays sometimes you celebrate, and after 1 minute they said, "Oh, sorry, there is no goal."
No, for me it's okay. I don't score a lot of goals, but for them who score, maybe for Emerson, for Yanis, it's more. They don't like it, but for me it's okay.
If we would look back at the last season, first 2 games in Valmiera in a snowy, crazy weather, I remember that game that we created more chances, but we didn't score. It was 0-0. Then the game against Riga 1-1. So the start of the season wasn't perfect. And since the first round, basically, we were the ones trying to catch up Riga. And how do you feel about that? Is it better, in your opinion, to be all the time in the second, third place and just a couple of point difference when probably more pressure is for the opponents? Or is it better to always be in the first position but having only a small advantage, like 1-2 points, like it was in Riga's case?
I think Riga had more pressure, it's for sure, but I think still it's better to be first. You feel like better, because I was also always thinking of we are always second, we need to go first, but yeah, but it was I can say it was easier for us. I think they had more pressure, so yes.
What games do you remember the most? Against Met, of course, everybody will remember because it was the decisive game in the end of the day. But which matches would you also kind of remember more?
I think also other Meta game when I scored this unbelievable goal. But I think every Riga game, it was when there was a lot of fans. It was nice to play, and some Sabah game also. But in season, yeah, every Riga game I remember.
Games against Riga is like a different league game.
Yeah. It's like different games. I have like more. I want so much to win in these games, so my emotions is really high.
Of course, Riga is, let's say, our rival, but they have a lot of quality. And how was it last season playing against them? Did you like the way they play? How hard it was against them? And can you maybe mention some specific players in their lineup that it was really hard to fight against them and play against them, or maybe some players that you really liked the way they played?
Yeah, it was hard to play against them, but for me, I think my best games was against Riga this season. So for me, it's good. I like to play against them, but some players from Riga. No, of course, Jojic. I think he ran a lot. Really, I can he just run everywhere. So I need to ask him his pre-season program. So maybe he will give me.
You said that on the pitch you are a little bit different kind of person. Are you the one that talks a lot on the pitch, sometimes saying some bad words for the opponents, or you are the silent one?
I think I'm the one who talks a lot, but not to our player. I never shout, but maybe to other players, maybe to referees always. I respect them, but I don't know. In games, my head is like this. In
these games against Riga, there is usually more talking on the pitch between the players, or is just basically the same like in most of the games, or it's more this maybe a small trash talk or stuff like that.
No, maybe a little bit, but I will not say it's like more trash. Maybe a little bit, but not so much.
Riga players, they talk a lot or nothing?
No, not
really. More than any other team.
Not more. I think other teams, they talk more.
When playing against Riga, there's always some kind of tension on the benches, between the coaches, between the staff. You can just feel this atmosphere in the air. On the pitch, do you also feel this kind of, that it's a special game, it's a special pressure, you know? You jump more you go with more energy into every 50-50 ball and things like this. Is it really a game that keeps you going more?
Yeah. For me, yes. Because also there is a lot of more fans there, some people who comes to watch, so it gives you more energy, everything. So for me, yes.
We had this incredibly long series in Virslīga without lost games, more than 1 year. Was it really strange to lose the game finally? I'm talking about Valmiera match. It was just such an important time of the season because Riga lost against Jelgava. It was probably the most shocking result in the season. Yeah. And then the next day we have the chance to finally take the lead and we lose in Valmiera. What are your memories about these 2 days? First of all, what was your reaction when you saw the Jelgava's result? Do you remember when did you find out the result? It was in a training at home or...
We watched it in a hotel before Valmiera game. The whole team was watching this game. We were happy, yes, but we were also concerned. We knew that we need to win this Valmiera game. I came from injury also this game. I didn't train maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. For me, it was difficult to go to this game. And it was like a game with no emotions for me. I can say it less. Okay, we lost, but I don't know what happened in this game. I don't know why we lose everything. It was difficult. And I remember you post picture, 1 year something, and you didn't put my photo there. I remember this. You put everyone, but not mine. This I remember good.
I will check. You had this injury in the middle of the season. Can you tell us a little bit more about that time, how challenging it was?
It was like not big injury, but it was like small injury always. It was a little bit more. After Sabah game, I got like some bigger maybe injury, so 1 month I didn't play, and I had this back hamstring. So yeah, not so big injury, but it was always small. But thanks to our doctors, they did a really good job.
Dima is a good doctor. Richard's also, who helps him. Good guys?
Yeah, really good guys.
Nothing bad to say about them.
Not now.
Okay, Valmiera game, we lost, and then it was the crazy end of the season. And there is one specific game that we should talk about. What happened in Tukums? This game was just an incredible one.
Yes, I was in the bench like in second half. And then it was, I think, 3-2, and I was sitting. I was with Pana, like, no, how it's possible? We cannot lose like a chance to win title like this. But I didn't believe that we will win. I don't know, but thanks to Giga, oh my God.
One of the best team celebrations of all time.
Yeah,
jumping on these mattresses.
I run like we won already league to celebrate with Giga. It was great emotion.
This game kept us in the title race.
Yeah, really important game.
And let's talk a little bit about the European campaign. There was some kind of disappointment after Sabah. Did you feel that we deserve more, judging by the 2 games, to go to the next round, and we were just unlucky, or you think that we didn't play the way we should?
Like first game, I think we played good. We needed to win, like 100%. We conceded these 2 stupid goals, I can say. But second game, maybe it was more. But after this red card, second game, it was like, okay, like not again. But I think every game in this season we play really good. Maybe 1 game I can say we didn't play so good, but in European also we played like better than opponent. So I think it was good like game, but yeah.
I remember I was just shocked when we conceded second goal against Sabah at home, because we had like 20 crosses, we had plenty of shots, and it looked like it's just a question of time when we're going to score the goal and take the lead. And then we concede 1 goal, and then we concede the second one. And for me, it looked just outrageous. How can this happen? When you play, did you had also similar feelings that it's just how it's possible?
Yeah. I remember it hits post, always post. I was like, no possible again like this. Like how I was thinking we will score, but after this second goal, I was like went down a little bit. But I was thinking we will win like them in their home. No.
And also this first game in North Macedonia against Macedonia Gorce Petrov, we managed to go through quite comfortably. But this first game, what I remember is this heat and really strange stadium. I never saw a European game in such a, let's say, poor stadium. I cannot say in Latvia that we have an amazing facilities, but still, this stadium wasn't by the European standards, even by the first qualification stages. So how do you remember this first match? It was, I think, around 40 degrees at the time the game started. It was 38 or something like this. It was really...
It was really hot. It was really difficult to play. I hate play when it's like too hot. For me, it's like really difficult to play in this weather. But good that we won. Like, we scored nice goals. So.
What else would you like to mention about this season? How was the communication between the training staff, the coaches, the staff members, and the players? Did you always were on the same boat because we were winning and winning and winning, or there were times that you were maybe a little bit angry on one coach or another coach, or you thought that we play in the wrong way, or there was some kind of maybe harder moments during the season, because we almost won most of the games, but for sure there should be some down moments.
I don't remember now, but I can say I respect every coach, every staff member, our president. Like, it's wow, they do so like good job. We are so together. I'm just happy I'm part of this team, and nothing else to say.
It's a good organization to play for. Can you concentrate just on football? You don't need to think about anything else because it's all sorted out.
Yes. Like you said, I just need to play. Everyone do his job, and it's so easy for footballers to do this.
We don't have like huge ultras. Let's be fair, but we have Gins and we have his crew supporting us. This one game, I must mention this specifically, it was in North Macedonia in 40 degrees. The guy just drinking water non-stop, but everybody could hear him in the small stadium.
Yeah, it was like a huge thanks to him. But I said already, it's better that we have not so big, but like really, really good fans like we have. So thanks to them, thanks to everyone who comes to watch. It's like, I really appreciate it. When I saw him, I was shocked, like, what he's doing here. And I remember I hear him when he shouts. I was okay.
We already made with you a very short interview after the first training, and you said that this is the year when you want to win the title again, win all the trophies, maybe succeed in Europe. So just shortly talking about this season that will start soon. Maybe not so soon, but it's coming. So as a champions, of course, winning the title again is like priority, probably number one. Then I guess finally it's time to win the cup. How do you think?
Yeah, I think we are going to win the champion and cup and going to qualification, group stage.
It's better to win the champions title than the cup if you would have to select?
Yeah.
I just forgot to ask about the last season because there was this cup game that we lost playing probably better. Do you also have these feelings that we were better than Riga in that specific game?
Yeah, I remember. Like, I think we play really good also this cup game. We needed to win this game. I was so sad after this game. My friend came to watch from Finland, and we were like, he was also really sad. He said like he was shocked about level in Latvia. He said it's really good level, but I was really sad this game. Jānis Ikaunis also came to my place after that game. We were both sad, eating ice cream, crying. I was like, cut this.
No, why? I will not cut nothing. But talking about this cup game, there was also a penalty, and Petr didn't score his penalty. And we know his history with the penalties because he also watched this RFS documentary movie before. In the Europe. There was moments when he didn't score, then he scored some penalties. He scored the most important one against Linfield in Belfast. How did the team react to this? Did you try to support him, say something to Petr after this game, or maybe someone was angry on him?
No, never angry. I think everyone support him. It was not his fault that we lose.
Adam, so now the next season. So the Champions title, we spoke about the cup. There's time finally to prove that we deserve it again. But then it's Europe, and when you're the champion, these doors are much more open than when you're in the second or third place, or even if you won the cup but you're not the champion. So now we even might be a seeded team in the first qualification round. But do you have this dream to taste this European group stage football? You were not part of the team when we played in the group. You probably watched home on TV. But now, is it kind of one of your dreams to play in the group stage, play against one of the big names, maybe like we did against Fiorentina? Nobody believed this would ever happen, but it happened. It's true.
Yeah, I watched this, I think, documentary maybe 3 times. I was so jealous that I was not part of this. So I'm really hungry for this. So I want so much to go to this group stage and maybe be good there. Yeah.
Thank you, champion.
Thank you.